Welcome to episode 158 of Star Wars and Scotch. It's Kevin, joined by Tim.
Hey.
And we are here to bring you all the latest in the Star Wars news, which there is a decent amount of, and some fun stuff as well.
Yeah, it came out on a Tuesday, which is nice.
Yeah, not Wednesday at like 10 a.m.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, but how's your week been, Tim?
Let's see, today's Wednesday. Yeah, it's been all right.
It's been very Tarky.
Lots of Tarkov. Yep.
Very, very Tarky.
Lots of Tarkov, a little bit of Magic. Got some new cards.
I'm bringing both of my decks over on Sunday, just so you know.
A viewer was really nice and sent me some new Dragon cards. I bought some new Eldrazi cards. My Eldrazi deck is terrifying.
Well, which one are you going to use against me? That's what I'm scared of.
We'll figure it out, Kevin.
He's going to wipe the floor with me. Anyway, we'll talk about that next week after we play on Sunday. Yeah, the week's been good. No complaints. We did have a crazy storm here yesterday.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a lot worse. It was windy. It rained. Power flickered a little bit. That was it. Like, nothing crazy happened. I even pulled the furniture in from the patio, and that was unnecessary.
We took the umbrella down and took some of the loose stuff down. We lost power for like 2.5 hours, but
crazy.
We turned on the LED lamps Danielle bought for her birthday that we put on all the tables.
Yes.
So we had a bunch of those. So we just turned those on and we played the Lord of the Rings role-playing game.
Oh, cute.
With Hunter. Yeah, which was fun. It's a lot of fun. It's not a competitive game. You have to work together to... It's like each board is a chapter of the story. So you flip to the next chapter and that's the new board for the next game.
Oh, cool.
It's a lot of fun.
We... Mindy and Chris brought over the Mario Party Life, and Kyler fell in love with it, so we got it for him, and we played it last night.
Is that a board game? What is that?
It's the game of life.
Life, but Mario Party.
Yeah, it's Mario Party.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Hunter and I started Lorcana too, which is
cool.
Yeah, Lorcana's fun. If you want, it's more like Magic than it is like Hearthstone, to be honest. But it's super quick. It's like 15-minute games, and it's a lot of fun.
Nice.
So it's been a fun little exploration of not doing stuff on the screen.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
Yeah, getting outside, touching grass. It's very interesting.
Very therapeutic.
Well, we would be remiss to not let you know about King's Coast Coffee, and my sadness this morning is this is my last cup of Christmas blend until the end of this year.
Yeah, I ran out.
So this is it. This is the end of the line for me. But Winter Waves is out, so if you're interested in a new seasonal roast, Winter Waves. But Wayne has been killing it with the Roaster's Choice lately.
Yes.
So I ordered 2 bags of Roaster's Choice this time around.
It's been really good. It's been very good.
Wayne's been slaying it with Roaster's Choice. So make sure you head over to kingscoastcoffee.com. Grab yourself some Winter Waves. Grab yourself some Roaster's Choice. But or stop in the cafe. Apparently the cafe is busier than it was during the holidays.
Oh, as the kids say, it's bussin'.
Bussin', yes.
Bussin'. Yeah,
I love the guy that makes the prison food on TikTok.
Ja is bussin', no cap, on a stack.
Have you seen the guy who makes the prison food on TikTok and says that?
No, I'm sorry.
So he teaches you how to make things in prison, like how he made them in prison
and stuff.
No, food.
Oh, food. Oh, sorry. Oh, so like toilet wine.
Essentially, yes.
Nice.
But he's making like ice cream and Jello and all this stuff.
Ice cream? Shut up.
Oh, it's the way they have to get inventive is very impressive.
Kevin, are you planning on going to prison anytime soon?
No.
Okay,
no,
I was just wondering. Okay.
But he'll take a bite of it at the end and then he looks at the camera and goes, "Bussin'." I'll send you a video.
Okay.
It's very funny.
Perfect. Very excited.
But kingscoastcoffee.com. Make sure you head over and, like I said, grab some Winter Waves. Roaster's Choice has been it for me lately, so I highly recommend Roaster's Choice. Wayne has just been absolutely on top of it. GCX.
Good job, Wayne.
We're only 8 months away from GCX. Here we are again. GCXevent.com. A bunch of you bought tickets over the holidays.
Nice. Good job, guys.
So, we're going to start ramping up those announcements and getting the word out. But if you want to get in early, if you want early access to the hotel block, make sure you pick up your premium ticket, whatever the heck it's called these days. GCXevent.com. labs77.com. Nothing going on at Lab 77, but there is the Evergreen collection, so make sure you head over to Lab 77 and check that out as well at shop.lab77.co. But Tim, guess what we did last week? We brought our entire listener base together and united them in an overall hatred of Rebel Moon.
Oh, perfect. Great.
Not one negative comment on any video.
Crushing it.
Everyone, and I mean everyone.
I think I had maybe one or two people that were like, I liked it. Like they were like, "Ugh, I had a good time," and I was like, "All right, I mean, like, good for you," but
yeah, one broadcaster we both know said they liked it, and no hate. Like, if you liked it, great. I hope you enjoy it.
You.
But for us, it was just not it.
Just get cultured.
But it was just funny to read. I started reading all the comments. I'm like, I wonder what other people think.
Were they good?
Yeah, everyone was joining in on the jokes.
Excellent. And, a bunch of people said that they really enjoyed my realization of Superman.
Yes, there was a lot of that.
A lot of people were like, "Yeah."
The Superman realization. Everyone appreciated us pulling all the comparisons, copying, if you will, out. And a lot of people.
It was so plain. It was like just out there in plain sight. Like there was no trying to hide it at all.
A lot of people liked my line about Zack Snyder not maturing as a filmmaker in over 10 years. So between you with Superman and me with that line, those two clips did very well, and everyone agreed with us. It only takes negative hate to. We weren't negative. We were honest.
Yeah, I'm totally down to be honest and transparent with people on crappy media. If that's what it takes to get popular, Kevin, let's do it. Time to bring Spoiler Cast back. We're gonna spoil all the bad shows.
I'm uncomfortable right now. Well, yeah. So thanks for listening last week and joining us in our dislike of Rebel Moon. I'm still, like I said, I'm still gonna watch part 2. Tim's not because he didn't even finish part 1.
Nope.
But we will not be covering part 2
unless for some reason Twitter explodes and they're like, "Oh my god, this is the best thing ever!" Or if they come out and they're like, "The Snyder cut for the first part is just fantastic," but it's gonna be like over 4 hours long. I don't know if I want to watch it.
You know, what Rob pointed out to me is that the movie was Dario versus Dario because the old actor that played Dario Naharis in Game of Thrones is the bad guy, and the new actor that played Dario Naharis is the good guy. Mm-hmm. It's the multiverse. Yeah, thanks. But moving along to Star Wars things, there's a decent amount of news today.
Yeah.
The fun one was was it the Golden Globes, whatever award show I can't stand was this week. Or last weekend, and Mark Hamill posted a picture with Natalie Portman that said, "Now I have finally met my mother."
I thought that was really cute.
The fact that they haven't met all of this time, think about that.
That was the part that I thought was really interesting. Is that did he not get invited to the other premieres?
I don't.
Did he just not want to do them? I don't know. I'm so confused by that. You would think that at some Star Wars celebration they would have bumped shoulders or something. But hey,
I have no idea. I found that to be very, very wild. But Mark played it off in his elegant, nice, awesome manner. He's looking old though. That's my only concern these days. Is he's starting to get up there.
Yeah,
he looks great for his age.
Yeah, him and Harrison are looking older.
Well, doesn't Harrison have like 15 years on him?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like they're looking older.
I feel like Harrison Ford's never actually going to die because he's a grumpy old man.
He'll crash a plane into something, I'm sure.
He's 81.
Who?
Mark Hamill. Harrison.
I want to say Hamill's in his 70s.
72. They're 9 years apart. Yep. I also love that Mark Hamill's been married to the same woman since 1978.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, there's this thing is true love.
Marilu York is Mark Hamill's wife. And they have like 3 kids together, I think. Yeah, so it was just nice to see the two of them together. It was a really funny moment because I had no idea that they had never met.
Yeah, that was cute.
Hamill said, "When I saw that Natalie Portman was my mother, I thought, holy moly." Hamill previously joked, "A woman that beautiful as a kid that looks like this? I'm not buying it. I should look way more handsome." And then back in 2018, Stephen Colbert had Portman on on his show, and he said, Portman said, "It's such a shame. I would love to meet Mark. I would love to meet you. Come over anytime." So it took, even since then, it took 6 years for them to meet. So
Crazy.
yeah, but Natalie Portman grew up like 3 towns over from me.
I had no idea, Kevin.
She is from, I believe it's Syosset, New York, and I am like Dix Hills.
So does that make you? So what does that make you?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if that made you like cousins by proxy or something.
I mean, Long Island is quite incestuous. So
you should, yeah. I mean, you should just go to Star Wars Celebration, and just walk right up to her.
I'm her cousin. Hey, cuz.
Natalie, I haven't seen you in years. It's me, Kevin, from 3 towns over. Don't you remember?
I could name drop all the friends we
That's
have in
what I'm
common.
saying.
That I could do.
That's what I'm saying. You should just start doing that. It'd be great.
Be like, do you know Jessica? Do you know Carol?
Oh my God, it's you.
She does. No,
familiar.
she's friends with them. I know she is because they all went to school together.
Yeah, that's what I'm
she
saying.
got plucked out of school to film Star Wars. I think it was like 9th or 10th grade.
I had the biggest crush on her when I was a kid.
Portman in episode 1. She is 16. Yeah, so she was like 9th or 10th grade, like 10th grade probably, when she got plucked out of school. And I remember my friends telling me, "Oh yeah, this girl I go to school with is going to be in the new Star Wars." And I was like, "What?"
Wild.
So, yeah, and it was, Long Island's small though. It's not.
There we go.
It's like it's the foothill. It's like a foot. I don't know how do you describe it, of New York City.
It's an island.
But we're our own ecosystem. I don't know. It was a good time.
It's where all the rich people live.
Not anymore.
Okay, it's where all the ex-rich people used to live.
If you go far east enough, then yeah, they're all there. But yeah, that was a fun little one. Another interesting article that came out this week, and this was where we got the Adam Driver original article, was Variety put out another article saying Adam Driver made the Star Wars set more exhausting than it should have been.
Oh, God.
So that's kind of the response to what he said, is now people that worked on the movie with him are saying that he was a pain in the butt.
Well, I mean, do you think he's kind of a drama queen?
I don't think he's a drama queen. I think he's a perfectionist.
I could see that.
Adam wants things to be the way that they intended to be. Now, people did respond to us on that and make some interesting points that, if you're the actor and you're being paid, shut your mouth and go along with it. But it really depends on the type of contract you signed.
Sure.
Are you part of the creative? Because sometimes that is part of acting.
Yeah, or how much will the director let you get away with? Like how much leeway will they give you? Or do they really want you to be on point for however it was written?
Look at Robin Williams doing the genie. They handed him a script, but they also told him, go wild. And they couldn't animate it until he recorded his voice lines, because they had to animate the genie around his voice lines, which is the opposite of how you make a cartoon. Give you such a crick in the neck. That whole sequence, most of it is improv.
Unlimited cosmic power.
Live in space.
It's like, come here, boy.
Bring people
Come here,
back
laddie."
from the dead.
But that's my point, is like, in a situation like that, he has creative control over, how it's going to be, and they're kind of making the movie around him at that point.
Yeah.
I don't know what Adam's deal with Star Wars was. It sounds like he was very disappointed and sold something that he wasn't given. Like Tim said last week, he was supposed to be the next Vader, and that was
my assumption. But I mean, like, also his overall like just character or screen presence, and like overall like how he portrayed that character, he doesn't come off as like a really strong character, like individual. He kind of comes off as kind of passive and timid. I wonder if it was just the wrong person for the role.
Could be. Again,
because I will 100% be surprised, or tell you that I was surprised when I found out that it was Adam as Kylo Ren. Like when you first see Kylo Ren, you're like, okay, sick. Like I can get behind this guy. Then he takes the mask off. You're like, whoa, was not expecting you.
Yeah, I mean, again, it comes down to, was he sold Vader, and then we got, emo teenage Vader that was sent to his room for doing something wrong.
Yeah.
That's the question.
We got yelled at.
Which, again, I like that part. I think it's funny when the stormtroopers walk up and then turn around and walk away.
Yeah, but what about the other part where he's on the bridge with Hux? And he starts slashing the control board. It's just just silly little temper tantrums and stuff that just felt just awkward and out of place.
I also did laugh in episode 9, though, when Hux was like, "I'm the spy."
I'm the spy.
I thought that was great. So someone on the Rebel Moon video said, "Hot take, this is worse than the sequel trilogy." And I'm like, I said that in the episode.
Yeah, no, but
I said it's worse.
But hot take, Kevin.
It's like I literally said that. It's worse than episodes 8, 9, and 1 and 2.
If only we would have gotten the alternate version of 9. That would have been such a badass movie.
I was watching another video, like Lucas's trilogy idea, and that would have been way better. That you would have loved that because that was Darth Maul was the ultimate villain in that one, ruling the galaxy.
That would have been chef
what was
kiss,
his? I forget what his apprentice's name was. The Twi'lek, the red Twi'lek, Darth. Darth.
Oh,
Xana?
you can play her in Jedi Academy.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, she's cool. She's got all the tattoos on her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh.
So yeah, that was Lucas's trilogy. But yeah, the other one was good too. Remember that comic book we read like half of because it wasn't finished yet of the other episode 9?
Oh yeah. Yep.
I should go see.
That's what I'm saying.
Finished.
It was really good.
Yeah. So according to this, the crew didn't like Driver, and according to Driver, he didn't like working on Star Wars. So,
Womp womp.
And it again, I'll bring the point up again. There's really not a need for him outside of making a Force Ghost. So
I'm okay without him.
Because you can just get somebody else younger to play younger Kylo Ren if you need to.
Again, this is why I'm not excited about us just going into the continuation of Rey's story. There's nothing left that I think is interesting.
Also, to clear that up too, the controversy around that was the director's line about making men uncomfortable. That was 10 years old and from a documentary she did. So please, I'm not her biggest fan.
Wait, but why does she want to make men uncomfortable?
It was specifically referencing the documentary because it was about, I forget what it was about, but it was about something that made sense in that context.
Oh, I see. So people are taking that and thinking that that's her overall mindset, and then she wants to go into Star Wars with that mindset?
Yes, and
that's what people were upset about?
Yes, and it's also being framed as she said that at the announcement of her directing the new movie.
Yeah, I thought she said that it's time for it to, Star Wars to be shown from a woman's perspective or something like that.
That she did say.
She said that.
But the men uncomfortable line, call a spade here, had nothing to do with Star Wars, and it was maybe not 10, but 5 years old.
Gotcha.
And from a completely different project.
I don't give a shit who's directing it. I just wanted it to be good.
Not her biggest fan. Did not like Ms. Marvel. She's definitely wrong about the woman-led thing because, way to slap Carrie Fisher in the face. I'm 100% honest. I'm not looking forward to that movie as it stands right now, just because of the track record there. That's all.
We
will I watch it? Sure.
Yep. I mean, I'll see it if it comes to Disney Plus. My want to go to a movie theater is just at an all-time low.
Let's do what we did for Multiverse of Madness. That was awesome when we rented out the theater.
So much work.
Was it a lot of work?
No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. Just thinking of just going through and doing it. I have to do it. But you're right. Should just do that.
Just do that. We'll get Pool to come. It'll be a great time.
I feel like getting him out of his house.
Well, if you tell him it's an empty movie theater, I'm sure we could.
Yeah, he can get his own little corner.
Bring the kids. And Hunter could come this time too, so that'd be kind of.
He's not invited.
All right, I'll let them know. It was like, hey, Tim said you're not invited.
Sorry, kid, I can't come. Oh my god, that would be so rough for him.
Yeah, he already suffers with emotional stability, Tim. So way to just really drive it in there. We'll be right back. We are back. So this news, and it's all one big jumble, but I got multiple articles here, and we'll start in the order and kind of how things cascaded down.
Okay.
But yesterday, a few things were kind of announced, and it was very unceremoniously announced. It was just kind of press release and interview stuff. But we're confirmed on Ahsoka season 2 by Disney themselves. So that's happening.
We knew that was going to happen.
We all knew it was going to happen, but now it's basically saying season 2 of the show was announced. This is from Polygon by Lucasfilm on January 9th in a blog post announcing the next Star Wars film, which is the bigger news. The Mandalorian and Grogu, which will be directed by Jon Favreau. The film is big news. The post also mentions Dave Filoni working on Ahsoka season 2, which was the first public confirmation of the season. News of the season does not come as a surprise. So it's literally just an official confirmation of the thing that we all knew was happening, and Disney would be stupid not to continue to pursue. So we're getting that. We're getting the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. We're talking not a Disney Plus movie. This will be on the big screen. In theaters, directed by Jon Favreau. With that amount of news, Tim, and all of that playing in, it makes things interesting because we were told we were just getting one movie, an Heir to the Empire movie. But now it seems that Disney's strategy is the opposite of what they used to do, which was film, then TV show. Now it's like TV show, and now we're going to make a film.
I was really sure that we were going to get a trilogy from this.
It doesn't sound like that'll be part of the trilogy, though.
You think it's just going to be like a single 2-hour finale to everything, to Ahsoka, to Mando?
Is it a finale?
I mean, that's my assumption. I mean, that's how this movie was pitched at Star Wars Celebration, is that the movie would be the finale of all the shows.
I'm talking about the Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought the Mandalorian and Grogu movie was supposed to be the final piece.
I don't know if that's that movie. That's what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying. Is I thought that this movie, the one that Dave is supposed to be directing, this is supposed to be like the final piece to the Mando, to Ahsoka, to the Book of Boba Fett. I don't think they're gonna do movie, show, and then another movie.
Well, Dave is supposed to direct that movie. John is directing this movie.
Oh,
that's my big difference here.
This feels like a bad. Okay, so if this is not the finale, if this is not the what kind of brings us to the closure of like Thrawn and all of that, this is just going to be the adventures of Mando and Grogu,
or an epic adventure of some sort.
So I mean,
like a single one.
So instead of giving us season whatever of Mando, they're just going to give us one movie.
That's nobody knows.
But so then that to me is what this is. So instead of giving us Mando season, what would it be, 5? Instead of Mando season 4, we are going to get, I think, just the movie then. Or after season 4 instead of season 5. They did say they wanted to go for 5 seasons, so maybe instead of season 5, we're just going to get the movie. But that's how it feels to me, is that the movie is a replacement for a season.
That I could understand. That would make sense.
So it's still technically not the finale that is supposed to bring the Thrawn storyline together, and Ahsoka and Mando and Boba Fett, because that's what we were promised. We were promised that we would get this like epic finale in a movie format. So if this is not going to be it, I think that the only way to look at this is as a replacement, or something that is going to be like a filler for what would have been that season. Maybe they just don't have enough. Maybe they just ran out of material. Maybe they want to drive the storytelling towards this whole Thrawn direction with Ahsoka, and maybe that's why they're doing it into a 2-hour format, or maybe like an hour and 50 minutes. And instead of trying to sell that in, short 20 to 30 minute blocks on Disney Plus, just do it as a movie.
I mean, essentially,
there it is.
Season 8, you figure every episode's a little over 30 minutes. Some are like 45 minutes to an hour. Season 4. It's speculative.
Yeah, they're anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes.
So, yeah,
and a lot of it's filler. Remember how much of that is filler. So let's cut out all of the filler from a single season of Mando. And how many critical episodes do you have out of, 8 episodes or 10?
It's usually it's usually half.
It's usually half the episodes equal like critical storytelling plot
So it's a little over
parts.
2 hours.
So right around an hour and a half to 2 hours worth of storytelling would equal a movie. So we're just getting a season of Boba Fett, or we're getting a season
Without
of Mando
filler.
without the fillers, and it's just going to be.
So you should love this.
Yeah,
then.
it's gonna be perfect.
This is right up Tim's alley, chat. You all.
Because unfortunately, Mando storytelling isn't as strong as other IPs. And so there's a lot of filler because it's fun because like that's what you come to expect. Like it's just like Mando's character only has so much backstory. And so you kind of have to fill it in with fun adventures. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just sometimes when it's a critical season and you're trying to really bring home this whole thing, like all of Mandalore, I really wish they would have done more of that or focused more on that. Got a action-packed 2-hour movie. I'm excited for it.
There you go.
Sounds great.
There's Tim's take.
There's my hot take.
It's
Hot take.
Mando without the filler. It's Tim's dream.
Yeah, it's really anyone's dream, I would assume.
No side questing, straight to the story.
See, like that's just me when it comes to video games too. It's like I'll do side quests if I know the
We're the
reward is
opposite.
good. If the reward is good, if it's worth my time. I'm all about return on investment. I want to know that when I invest my time, I'm going to get something good in return. And when it's a side quest and all I get is, a few shekels and a pat on the back, I'm pretty pissed off.
There is the fundamental difference in how Tim and I play games. There's nothing wrong with the way Tim plays games, the way I do it, but Tim is a loot whore and I'm a lore whore.
Yep.
That's it.
Give me strong, powerful things, and I will be a very happy person.
But if I can go to a location or a place that is not, which I think is why I like Starfield, because there's so many things to explore that have nothing. Well, I mean, that's why I like Skyrim. That's why I like Morrowind. That's why I like Oblivion. There's so many things to explore that have nothing to do with the main story. So it's like this, I don't know. That's my cup of tea. You've watched me play Assassin's Creed. You know how I am. I have to erase every icon
you have
from
to
the
find
map.
every nook and cranny in that game.
Yeah, that's
This
just
little
that's
part
why
of the map is still kind of blurred out. It's just a latrine. Glad I went there.
that's the I guess that's the Bethesda gamer inside of me from the first time I played Morrowind back in the day.
I'm a shooter guy. What can I say?
You shoot very well.
Thank you.
Might I add.
Thank you very much.
Very well.
Thank you.
Very well.
All right. What's next? What else we got?
I mean that's really it. Is the
Oh.
Ahsoka season 2 and the Mandalorian and Grogu is the arriving in 25 or 26.
Oh my
So with that news,
I'm gonna be so old.
no, you're not.
So old.
Stop. I'm in this new phase of 40s where I don't care about my age anymore. By the way, I decided the other day I was like, I don't care. It's whatever. When I start feeling it, I feel it. It's all right. Let me ask you this about this whole thing.
Okay.
Would the movie be connected to Ahsoka season 2?
I
Let me set up a scenario for you. 3 weeks into Ahsoka, the movie drops on a Friday after the episode of Ahsoka drops. Would the storytelling in the movie play into what's happening in the television
so you
show?
know what was really fun about that was when all the different Avengers movies were dropping, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was going on at the exact same time, and there was tie-in episodes with the movie as it came out, which was really neat. So like Thor 2, there was an episode of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when they went to London after the events of Thor. And so it's like it wasn't a spoiler at all, but it was like if you watched the movie and then went and watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you knew exactly what happened. You're like, oh, that's so sick. They just got there just in the nick of time. So like honestly, I think it'd be really sick. I think it'd be neat to have a tie-in of some sort. That wouldn't be a spoiler of any shape or form, but it would be a nice little nod of like, oh, I just saw that in the movie, and now it's right here in this episode. That's cool. Or vice versa. I just saw that in the episode, and now it's here on the big screen. I think it's cool. I think it's neat.
Do you think unilateral storytelling can ever be achieved at that level? I know we've talked about this, where, let's say, we always talk about that game that tried to do it with the sci-fi show.
What is the name of that game? I gotta look.
But, where something that happened in the episode of the show could affect the game world if it was an open world, like kind of MMO or, a live action, a live service game, where an episode or a movie would affect the world in some way, as a patch update. Can they plan that meticulously?
Game was called Defiance. It's called Defiance. It came out in 2013. I would love that. For one, like that is an ultimate dream. is to have an IP that is that I'm connected to in multifaceted, to where like I'm connected to it via a TV show, I'm connected to it via a video game, I'm connected to it in multiple ways, and the decisions that are being made either by the characters or by the players is affecting it in multiple areas. It's like, okay, like it might affect the next season of the TV show, or like everything that we did over the last couple of years has now like culminated into this movie. Like that would be awesome. That would be so wild. It would be revolutionary. You have never seen anything like that before, and I hope that at some point we were able to achieve that. And I don't know if that's just with the advancement of technology, when as we get into faster ways of being able to create media, whether it's through AI generated art or however else that we're able to create this stuff at lightning speed. I mean, people are making video games in the blink of an eye. Single to 2-man teams are building out these massive games that a AAA studio would take years to do. So it's nuts. We're definitely in this like renaissance of digital creation. So I hope we get there. I really do. I hope we see that with Star Wars at some point. I would love to have some type of Star Wars online game, an MMO of some sort that is somehow tied into everything else going on in the world. That'd be sick.
The other example that I remember, if I remember correctly, was Eve Dust 514 for PS3. Was supposed to affect. Mm-hmm. It was supposed to be the ground war.
Yeah, you'd have everybody up in orbit on Eve, and then they would be, shooting down, and they'd be helping everybody that's on the planet. And having two different parts of the game being played on two different systems. We're getting kind of there. We're the new game that Sean, what's his face, is working on from
from Hello Games,
from what the hell is that game called? No Man's Sky. This new game coming out, like that looks wild. Like this actual like 1-to-1 scale of planet Earth.
Light no fire.
Yeah, that's gonna be nuts. So like we're getting there. We're definitely getting to a place. I think we'll see it in our lifetime.
Because I think in the Eve game too, whoever won the PvP battle on the planet, it would affect the politics.
Yeah.
In the economy. And Eve's also robust enough of a game that it can handle that sort of thing. I think we talked about it on the show. I think it was during lockdown. Eve decided they were bored, the devs, and they just had a full-scale alien invasion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how nuts is that?
Attack everyone in the universe.
It's crazy.
It ruined the economy. It was people that had spent like thousands of dollars of real money. Mm-hmm. Like they were in shambles because of this. It's just funny that the devs were like, hit the button, let's invade.
Crazy.
And there were like outposts that were being taken over and no one knew why. Like that was actually during lockdown. That was one of my favorite things to follow and watch happen on Twitch. Mm-hmm. Because the streamers were very, very, they weren't upset, but watching them try and figure that out was really engaging. It's a game I'll never touch. Eve is way too complicated for me to get into, but watching that play out was entertainment in and of itself. So like, that's my point, is can we get experience like that even within the Star Wars universe, where the next Battlefront, let's say, is maybe when you queue for a map, like you said, you have a ground war happening, but somebody else that queued for space battle is affecting what's happening in the ground war. How cool would that be?
That would be cool.
Because it happens. Look at Rogue One. That's what happens. So I don't know. Is that the future? That's where my head is at. So
we have a lot of possibilities with Unreal Engine. I mean, like hell, now we've got the Unreal Engine plugin that's able to reskin everything and make it VR. So like the Deus Ex games are going to be VR now.
Saw that.
It's made with it's like there's this Unreal Engine hook in, and so like now everything's going to be playable in VR. So I mean, like Kevin, like the whole idea of Ready Player One, like and having like that is, we're not far off from it. We're very close.
You saw Warner Brothers is investing in making Ready Player One, right?
Yeah. That's been in talks for a bit.
Oh, it's official press release like a few days ago.
Oh, I knew that there was like they were trying to make a Ready Player One game.
No, like they're moving forward, making a Web3 essentially metaverse that is based on Ready Player One. Sportskeeda.com. Warner Brothers partners with an AI company to bring Ready Player One to the metaverse. The movie Ready Player One by Steven Spielberg, blah, 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 blah. Get to the part we care about. Readyverse Studios has obtained exclusive Web3 rights to bring the Ready Player One franchise into the metaverse. Although there is limited information about specific details of Ready Player One in the metaverse, the company expects it to release in 2024. Here's my question with that. Because the Ready Player One metaverse has everything.
It has everything. Yeah, has everything.
Even the movie had rights to stuff that I was completely shocked that they got rights to.
Yeah.
Because there was Disney IPs in there.
Yeah.
Here's my question. How are they going to pull that off and keep all of the IPs? Like, obviously, they could use Steamboat Willie at this point, but, you know, Vader was in Ready Player One, wasn't he?
The T-Rex from Jurassic Park, King Kong.
That's going to be so
a lot
much
of
money in
Universal,
royalties.
a lot of Universal IPs were in there. The DeLorean from Back to the Future, the train from Back to the Future. Wasn't the Gears of War guy in there? There was a bunch. It was nuts. It was absolutely insane. I mean, you're right. I mean, it's a lot like. Have you played or have you watched anyone do the what is the VR game? VR chat. Have you watched VR chat?
I mean, I did when it first came out.
But so
then it
you
just
can load
turned
in your
into-
own avatars in VR chat. So people can be like, you could be Blanca from Street Fighter, or you could be Darth Vader. You could be an Uwu anime girl. You could be like whatever. Just load it right in. You could be a dragon. So like that would be cool. Like you would essentially like be able to do something like that. But I wonder. I wonder like if you're like, I would hope that Epic gets a tie-in of some sort to this, because Epic has all of those like Fortnite skins. Like I would love to be able to take my Epic Fortnite skins and use those as like my avatars for when I'm doing something like that.
I found the list. This list is nuts of everything that appeared in the movie. Minecraft, Batman, Joker, Harley, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Star Trek, Street Fighter, Speed Racer, Bigfoot, Back to the Future, Tron, Akira, Jurassic Park, King Kong, Last Action Hero, Iron Giant. I'm not even halfway through.
Holy crap.
Battlestar Galactica, Alien, Silent Running, Dune, GoldenEye, Superman, Spider-Man, Hulk, Looney Tunes, Space Invaders, Asteroids, Galaga. Like, again, still not halfway through the list. I didn't see Borderlands. Borderlands was apparently probably a Psycho or something.
Wow.
Overwatch, War of the Worlds, Tootsie Pop, Knight Rider, Beetlejuice, Mortal Kombat, Dark Crystal. Like, this is nuts. How are they going to afford that? That's my question.
That's
Or
crazy.
do you do like staggered releases of content? But that's not the point of Ready Player One, you know?
I don't know. I'm not sure how
You said you read the book too, right?
Oh, the book is phenomenal. Oh my God, Kevin. It's so good. The book beats the movie. Like the movie does not do it justice. Oh my God. The adventures of Parzival and the crew just to find the different gems. Fantastic. It's so cool. He ends up being a fan of the girl because she's a streamer on Twitch. And so she like live streams like all of her adventures and stuff. And so just like, I don't know, just there's so much more detail in the book. It's definitely worth a read. And it's on Audible. It's read by Will Wheaton. He does a fantastic job. So
How
highly
many
recommend it.
years? So with that coming to fruition, and it seems like VR is finally catching its footing for the first time in human history.
Starting to pop off. This new the new Asgard game apparently is just phenomenal.
It's apparently a 10 of 10. Man, maybe I'll give that a whirl on stream one of these days. How far are we from the VR treadmill being like just a fixture in the house, the way the TV is?
I mean, it's fairly small now. I mean, like I think it's gonna get to the place of like where like like Ben and his treadmill mat. Like getting a treadmill in your house used to be like this huge ordeal. I remember my mom getting a treadmill in the house, and it took up half their bedroom. And now you can have this tiny little treadmill mat that just slides underneath your bed, and you can get that thing going. So yeah, I think a VR play mat or like the VR treadmill, like the little enclosure, I think that's going to be small enough to where you'll be able to unfold it and it'll slide under your desk or up against the wall or something. You just pull it out. But I really feel like that's going to be the only way that you can truly enjoy VR at that level. Like you need to be able to feel it. You need to be able to move around.
It's less than $2,000 for this whole VR treadmill.
Yeah,
that
they're
I'm looking
really
at right now.
not that expensive. They used to be like 10 grand.
This one even has a pad so you can sit. So if you're riding a horse or sitting in a tank or something.
There's one that has a whole back contraption where you can actually like fly. You can swim and stuff.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Is that the one you're looking at?
Right
yeah,
now.
it's wild.
Yeah, it like elevates. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
This is less than $2,000.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
The TV costs more.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, we're not far off.
No, we're right there.
Damn, dude. Well, that's going to do it for today. It's a shorter one, we know, but we covered the main meat and potatoes, which is the Mandalorian
Did you
movie.
finish the book?
I literally have.
Can you please finish the book so we can talk about it next week?
I have 31 minutes left.
Finish it.
It's getting good, too.
Good.
Also, can we talk about one thing towards the end, though? Avar's little Leia Mary Poppins across space. At least they described it appropriately and not
I thought
like Leia's magical.
Yeah, no, I mean like they did the same thing. There's a scene in The Expanse.
Yes, I remember.
Naomi Nagata, she launches herself and she almost dies. I mean, like essentially the same thing happened to her. She almost asphyxiated out in space. So
yeah, she had the bruises and the ice
it
on
was
her
so
hands.
much better than freaking Leia just Mary Poppins across.
Yeah, no, I agree. That was I finished that part this morning, so I got another like half an hour out of it. So I'm almost done. By next week, we will be able to talk about it.
Nice.
I would have listened to more yesterday, but I didn't have to drive because of the storm. So, Anywho, well, thank you for listening to Star Wars and Scotch. We'll be back next week with some more news, reviews, and we'll be talking about the Eye of Darkness because I will be done finally.
Yay.
When is the next book? Star Wars book releases. Nope, that's old. Everything coming to Star Wars in 2024. Also, Alex did a video on what comics to read for Star Wars, so
Oh, nice.
maybe we'll follow his little track there and have that be our comic track. That's live action. What about books? Books. I want books.
He wants the books. Give him the books.
They're still claiming Hunters is going to come out this year, too.
It's not going to happen. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. Maybe it'll surprise us all. It'll be a really good game.
The Living Force on April 9th is the next book, and then The Glass Abyss after that. The Living Force, that was not High Republic. The next one, this is a middle school one, though. I'm not reading those anymore. It's Escape from Valo. I'm not reading those. Defy the Storm. That's a young adult novel. I don't want to read those either. That kind of sucked too. March 5th. And then the next adult one is June 11th. Temptation of the Force.
Oh man, that's a while.
Oh, we got a lot of books we could read. There's we could always read Crimson Climb, which is the what's her face from Rogue One.
I don't know
Not
her
Rogue
name.
One. From the Han Solo movie.
Oh, I still Targaryen?
Daenerys
I don't
Targaryen.
know her name.
Yeah. Crimson Climb came out last year. I didn't read that. Why is that her real name and not her character name? I'm staring at her on the screen and I cannot find her name. Kira, thank you.
I thought you wanted the actress's name. I'm like, I don't know. I'm terrible with names.
Oh no, her real name is Amelia Clarke. That I knew.
I didn't know
Kira is
that.
the character name.
I would
we
love
could
to
read
know
that
more
book.
about her.
Yeah, well, Crimson Climb is the name of the book if you want to start that next.
Yeah, that'd be good.
But
I don't think we're gonna get another Solo movie.
No, I think that's unfortunately. I liked Solo. I thought it was
I
fun.
did too.
but
I thought
that's
it was
just me.
good.
That's just me.
Oh, well.
It's us. Oh well. Make sure you head over to Tim's channel, youtube.com/darkness429, twitch.tv/darkness429. You can sub in both places. I am. You should.
Oh,
just saying.
thanks, Kevin. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like pressing the alerts and watching the
Thank you. How's
thing with the little logo at the bottom.
how's your Twitch stream? How's being back treating you?
It's very eye opening to see the new world of streaming. It's very different,
It
but
is- it
we'll
is
save that
different.
for a different podcast on a different day,
All
at
right.
a different time.
Sounds good.
And I couldn't stream last night because of the power outage. Yeah, head over there at Dr. Sports Unite everywhere on the internet. Make sure you drop a sub, say hello, say, hey, I heard Star Wars and Scotch and wanted to come see your stream because that makes Tim so happy. And he texted me immediately after. He's like, some dude from Star Wars and Scotch came to my stream.
It's not true. I do tell him about it, though. But you can also head on over to twitch.tv/KMagic101.
Did you just say it doesn't make you happy,
No,
though?
it does make me happy, but I don't just like, I'm not like elated to the point of where I'm like, oh, Kevin needs to know this right away. You can head on over to youtube.com/KMagic101 or tiktok.com/@KMagic101. Check him out. He's streaming all kinds of games. What are you playing? Are you going to be playing more Once Human?
I'm going to do one more stream before this beta ends. And then going to continue Starfield and see what else is going on. Maybe I'll
It's so
dive
crazy
into
that you're
Tarkov. I
playing
don't know.
Starfield.
I want to play it.
No. I love that for you. It's just crazy that you're just now playing Starfield.
Yeah, that's I got a backlog. It's bad. It's
Oof.
horrible. I gotta
that
beat
for
my
you.
backlog.
Oh, you gotta go beat the backlog. All right,
I gotta beat
We'll
the
have fun
backlog.
beating your log, and
I will.
we'll see you on the next episode of Star Wars and Scotch.
Do I guess I'm saying it this time?
Yeah, this is you, Kevin, and Kevin.
May the force be with you.
Yeah, this is where we should do it the other way next time.
That was terrible.
Ugh.